Good morning, good morning, good morning. Vinny Cuz here, May 7th. And I've been wanting to do this video for a little bit. I had to find my sack so we can get it done. So what I want to talk about is it's May 7th. It's the day before the big Uber protest, Uber and Lyft. And I mean, this thing's got legs. You know, in the past it hasn't had legs, but right now it's looking like it's got legs. So, I want to bring up some stuff, and I'm going to give my thoughts on it. Y'all take it for what it's worth. But first, before I bring up anything, understand, this is not a strike. It's not a strike. It's a protest, okay? Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, you're not employees. Embrace that fact that you are not an employee. You're an independent contractor. The problem is you've been brainwashed to believe that only you have to follow their rules, and you really don't, because it's real simple. Turn the app on, turn the app off. You guys are trying to put a hurting on them. I don't think you want to lose what you have, but you need to get back what you lost. And I understand that. I've driven for 3.5 years, but I'm here to tell you, and I'll start a separate video on that. There is life after Uber. You guys just got to get off your ass and go get it. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go right here. We're going to type in Uber strike. Yeah, I know I cheated. And let's see what comes up. And right off the rip, TechCrunch, The Verge, the Atlanta Journal. And then we scroll down, we can see all these things. So there's a couple different things going on here if you want to get into the stories. If you look down here at the bottom, it says a 12-hour strike. That's what I originally heard was a 12-hour strike. I think it was going to run from noon to midnight in 7 different cities, all major markets, by the way. Where I'm at down here in the Miami market, I haven't heard anything, but it's okay. Generally on Wednesdays, I don't operate on the apps anyway. So my app wouldn't be on to begin with. Is it going to create an inconvenience for riders? Depends on how many people get in on it. Some other cities like New York, I think it was New York. Let's see, let's open this one up. I'm pretty sure it was New York. They only plan on doing it for a couple of hours. The 7 to 9 a.m. rush hour. That's what the, New York Taxi Association, or whatever they're calling themselves. New York Taxi Workers Association. Ain't that some shit? Anyway, the biggest bitch for drivers is they've been cutting back on the rates, and they've scaled back a ton on the way Surge prime time works. Lyft ain't no better. But, again, you can turn it on and turn it off. And I'll emphasize that over and over again because you're choosing to go out and drive because you need to drive. Nobody does this because they want to do it. It's a source of income. But drivers are pissed because they're not, getting the source of income they used to. And if the app's business model doesn't allow for them to make money, then, at the end of the day, they shouldn't have had what I call the Walmart syndrome, the Amazon syndrome. They tried to drive each other out of business by cutting price. And while that might have got more people using the platforms, it screwed them ultimately. So now they're crying, spilt milk. Well, somewhat crying. There's an article out there where I guess the CEO from Uber, Darke, he's picking up $50 million after this IPO. He got like $1 million bonus or $2 million bonus, expenses. There's videos out there on that. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to hate on the man because the man's getting paid. He's doing what he's got to do. I don't like the narrative that they use. He's an immigrant from Iran and this, that, and the other. Listen, the guy was born into money. He immigrated here, or did he escape here? Because his family was doing dirt shit over there, and he had to get out. There's a lot of different ways to bend a story. Anyway, so here we go. This was Uber's response. Drivers are at the heart of our service. We can't succeed without them. And thousands of people come into work at Uber every day focused on how to make their experience better on and off the road. No. Some people aren't going to, they've got some kind of program out there with a 4-year degree at like an online school. Well, first of all, probably better than half the online education programs aren't even accredited. So people won't even look at that in this world of you got to have a degree to get a job. The other thing is discounts on car maintenance. Well, they're burning their vehicles, performing the job that they choose to do, but it's for you guys. You understand? And you guys aren't giving concessions in for fuel and things of that nature. And at the end of the day, drivers need, just like every other employee of a company, they need a certain wage in order to maintain. Now, before I started driving, being an Uber or Lyft driver was actually had a little prestige to it. And but now, I mean, it's been driven down so bad. All you got to do is, go through Twitter and things like that, and you'll see all kinds of people taking advantage of the system. Oh, my driver did this, my driver did that. No proof, doesn't matter. That's a whole nother video. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. Stay on topic. I got to learn how to stay on topic. So you've got that article there. And then you can go into YouTube as well. All right, let's try YouTube. Hopefully my computer's acting right today. I think I'm going to have to upgrade my CPU processors and graphics card if I'm going to be doing videos. So let's go and see what I got here in my search bar. Let's go Uber Strike. Oh, there it is. Uber Strike 2019. And look at this. Ain't this something? It's all over the place. Just everybody talking about the strike. Whether you like some of these YouTubers or you don't, the one thing that I found with all of them is they're really, they've got this unwillingness to participate. Now, you guys wouldn't know this, obviously, but I was part of a union for a lot of years. And I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed my time within that local. And I can count on less than one hand how many times we actually struck because our contractors worked with us, not against us. And our collective bargaining agreements never had an issue. And I say that because when you pay people correctly, it's not that they're asking for the world. You're talking 20 cents a mile, I think, out in Cali. Here we took, a 7 or 8 cent bang on the head. But when rates are already low and you're trying to get your riders to use your platform, you increase service. You don't decrease drivers' pay. You make the service better. You don't decrease drivers' pay. They have way too many expenses. And then the other thing, too, is that we get hammered. If anything goes wrong, it's automatically the driver's fault, So, anyway, here's my thing. For all the heavyweight YouTubers out there that are saying, it's not going to work, it's not going to work, it's not going to work, quit thinking about yourselves. Because all you're thinking about is yourselves. And I say that because you've never been part of anything where it involved a team to make it work. When's the last time one of you guys drove by a driver you didn't know and just kind of said, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm not saying you can't unionize, so get that out of your head. But you can be a collective effort. You feel me? And so I'd like to see more of these YouTubers and influencers and drivers that do very well in what they do, and they've got these large subscribers to their channel, to step back and say, you know what, maybe today I need to be with them because it's them that are supporting your channel. And if you're making one red penny off your subscribers, and I'm not going to mention names, but if you're making one red penny off your subscribers, you need to be standing with them, not against them. You should be doing more to help them, not hurt them. And by saying, well, I'm not going to drive, or I'm not going to protest, I'm going to turn on my apps and go drive and take advantage of the one day, maybe it surges, maybe it doesn't, more rides that day, then you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. Like I said, personally, I don't drive on Wednesdays. I don't drive a lot anymore. I still put in more rides than, some YouTubers. That's not a shot, entrepreneur. But I'm mainly on the weekends or big events unless I've already got someone booked. So that's basically what I wanted to come on here and do. I'm not a news guy. I'm really not. And as you can see, I'm just ripping through this, and it's not only and I should have said this earlier, it's not only the digital magazines, digital print or digital news groups, Bloomberg, Boston. Let's see. I saw one here last night for money. There's Forbes. You know, there's a lot going on. So anyway, I guess at the end of the day, you got to make your own decision. But if you want to make change, you got to act together. You can't act apart. So with that, let's see what happens. It's the calm before the storm, as we say down here in South Florida. You know, when that hurricane's coming and you're like, no way. It's such clear skies and the air is still, and then all of a sudden those clouds roll in. Well, Uber, you're going to find out. Lyft, you're learning. Other than that, I'm out.